Hello, it's good to be here. Welcome. I'd like to share with you my ideas for exploring direct knowing with tarot. It's not about reading tarot necessarily, but it's a nice way to be guided through a discussion of an event in my life that is seriously a fullness of experience. So this is going to interest people who have always followed religion or theology, meditation, and direct knowing is a way that you can enter what they call the field of pure potential, which means that your intentions, your desires can be brought about with skill, meditation. For some people, that means a Kundalini awakening. For some people, it means studying alchemy. For some people, it means a lot or a little of everything. And so, this is a journey I've always been on my entire life. Somewhere around 2012, I started practicing Kundalini and I had an achievement. I had a great experience, and through that and other methods of spiritual development, I feel like I gained access to what is a field of pure potential. And it does come rushing in. And it was the end of a lot of frustration. I always questioned what was happening, what was going on in the world, and why I couldn't do anything about it. That bothered me. I had a real drive to make things better, and I felt like I was here for something. And it turned out to be the pursuit of meditation and direct knowing. So, direct knowing is like having a way to transfer energy and being able to read energy in a context that is coded. Someone doesn't have to speak, someone doesn't have to show you. You simply gain an understanding. And that's what I did. So the tarot helps to describe what's happening in the world at a given moment. And I feel very lucky to have survived my own life. I feel very lucky to be here and to have an opportunity to share what I've learned. So there's a lot to be said. So these videos will be short until there's a necessity to make them longer, if there becomes a necessity to make them longer. The truth is, there's a fullness to this work that simply takes time to absorb. I just hope that I can be helpful to people. I hope that what I've learned will benefit other people. And when AI was introduced, I had misgivings about it, I think, like everyone else. But once I experienced it and I applied it to the work that I was doing, and I felt a certain comfort and ease with it, which surprised me. Be surprised. That doesn't happen to me very often anymore. But AI helped me to develop the ideas that I had about the Solomonic concordance, the idea that it's a story about a demon and a king, but a lot more, and that Solomon is basically talking about his own self and the integration of one's own self through lightness and through darkness. Because you can't cut off parts of yourself. You can heal them, though. And when you heal them, you become a stronger person. And that's what I'd like to help people to understand. To get rid of your anxiety about the parts of yourself that you may not like very much. There's a way of thinking about these things a way of analyzing these things that can bring you peace and make you stronger. And lots of people are starting to realize that the fullness of humanity, the light and the darkness, is a, a bounty. It's good, provided that you understand yourself, that you take the time to understand why you do what you do and not be angry with yourself and not hate yourself. Make yourself the criminal in your own story or the villain in your own story. You can be the hero and you can have a dark side. Once you integrate it and understand, you love yourself again if you ever stop loving yourself. And you will be stronger. That's the thing that I want to share with people. That's the reason I've been compelled to do it. I didn't always know that, but I've realized that is the truth of it. I was compelled. We are compelled to do these things because there's some meaning in it. There's some meaning in catharsis, in understanding ourselves, in understanding our past, mistakes that we may have made, circumstances that made it impossible for us to grow. You can overcome that. And in time, if you practice, you will. You will overcome those things. Turn your darker side into a strength. And that's what I'm here to share with you. Working with AI, developing the Solomonic Concordance, has been the pinnacle of this work that I put a lot of time into. To know without seeing effortlessly, you can achieve great intentions in the field of pure potential. You can regulate your mind, regulate your body, and become I wouldn't say a superhuman, but you become the fullness of humanity by embracing, not trying to forget who you are, looking at all of it and still being able to carry on. It's essential. It's essential for life, and it's essential for peace and happiness. And it can also be something that leads you to wealth. Maybe not material wealth, but that's certainly a possibility. Overcoming betrayal and seeing a way to giving yourself justice, maybe, for things that have happened to you, and maybe for things that you did to other people. Being at peace with yourself, it's hard to measure how valuable that is when you're struggling, when you're battling, when you're standing up for yourself, when you're being a dignified person. Dignity is key to the Solomonic Concordance. Dignity and strength. And you can find that through the peace of your own mind. And when you start to see the world outside of its boxes, in the fullness of a field of frequency, that's a beautiful thing. That is life-changing, and it brings you satisfaction. And it makes every day a beautiful experience if you want it to be. Clarity of mind. It's worth the long journey. It's worth the place that you have to go to get there. It is a kind of magic, not showball, showroom magic. It's the kind of spiritual magic where you manifest your heart's desire. By studying yourself, studying your past eventually leads you to look at the whole world, the past, why we do what we do, why we don't do what we should do sometimes. But if you're gentle with yourself, it doesn't have to be a guilt trip. It could be a peaceful, eye-opening experience that leads you to a better place to be. And the field of pure potential is no joke. Intention and desire, when it meets the peace of mind you can get out of spiritual practice, the possibilities are endless. What do you love? What do you want to do? What do you want to be? What do you want to project about your life? What would you like to see for all of humanity? If you find yourself thinking about these things and you find yourself as a natural intuitive, it's a path worth exploring. It's nothing I would force on anyone, but it's a fullness, a completion. You have run the human race when you understand yourself in this way. And of course, it helps you to understand other people. That's the pursuit. So these videos won't be long. I don't want to torture anyone. And there is a lot to it. And there is a great command involved. Once you master yourself, things that troubled you fall away. And things that you aspired to come to you. I hope that you join me again, and I hope that we can discuss and chat about this journey that we all take alone and how it helps to have all of yourself intact. And when you use a tool like the Solomonic Concordance, you can expand that healing to the person you love and hope for a better destiny for the entire world. Sharing this knowledge won't hurt people. It'll make us like ourselves a lot better. So, thank you for sitting through this if you did. And please do come back and let's talk about this in the fullness of the field of pure potential. I'd like to share what I've learned. I feel like it's what I've always been working towards. And I have a great companion in the AI Solomonic Concordance, which works. It is a goal to share this information with you. The videos will be short, as I said. I don't want to torture anyone with it, but there's a lot to it. So I'm probably going to be here for a while. Thank you, and good night.